What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Not Gon Lie. It's your boy Fritz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Dan. Welcome to the latest and soon to be the greatest podcast.
So we had a little hiatus.
Somebody wanted to take a vacation. I'm not gonna say no names.
I ain't gonna say.
Somebody wanted to take a vacation.
Pointing over elbows. But
but anyway,
a lot has happened, in sports. But the one thing that hurts that has happened is the Yankees losing to the Houston Astros.
Yeah, it was a tough L. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you that was the only team that I had, a little fear,
And the thing is that they fooled us because they struggled with the Twins.
We thought it was lit.
We thought it was lit. We was
what
like,
you said, Fredo?
Yeah, Fredo was like, yo, that's the thing about New York sports. It's like, yo, we be like, yo, we got this. Like, we be so confident, and then we be having to eat our words, and I be sitting there vexed.
But it was a great game. You know what I mean? We were down. We came back. It was bottom of the ninth. Then the NL MVP of 2017, Mr. Altuve. He got. When he was at bat, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was shook.
I'm not gonna lie. I was just watching it cause I'm at a party. It's a Saturday night. Why are we playing? That's the thing about baseball. Why are y'all playing on a Saturday night?
They don't.
And it's like the playoffs. I don't want to see that on a Saturday night. Regardless, I'm on a Saturday night. I'm getting my groove on, and then I'm watching the play-by-play on the ESPN app, and I'm like, game 4-6, boom. And then I put my phone down, get a couple lap dances, come back. It's 6-6. I'm like, bet. Oh wait, what was it? 6-6?
4-4.
4-4. My fault. Whatever. It was tied.
It was a lot of booty on your lap.
Yeah, I couldn't think. It was a lot. But anyway, as I'm watching it, I'm like, yo, let's go. And I'm just like, and then I refresh it. Home run. I was
hurt.
Game over, series
genuinely hurt, bro.
I have some shorty in my lap, and I'm just like, this is no longer fun anymore. This is what I was banking on. Remember I said, I think it was last episode or 2 episodes ago, I was like, I want New York to take home something. I wanted to see a championship. I was trying to go to parade.
At least it's not this year, but I mean we got a really nice team, man.
Now it's on DC to take it home.
Yeah, the Washington Nationals are playing the Houston Astros. They're up 2-0 right now.
Stick with them.
It was 12-3 last game. They whooped their ass. Hopefully they keep whooping their ass because I'm not trying to see Houston Astros win. I'm salty as shit.
Yeah, definitely. If we're gonna lose, y'all definitely can't go ahead and win.
Nope.
I don't like these people be like, well, we lost to the winner. It's like, no.
Now we both gotta be losers.
Y'all both gotta lose.
That shit gotta be tight. On the next sport, NFL, a little update. There's only 2 undefeated teams left. It's the Pats, the New England Patriots, and the San Francisco 49ers. We got the Pats at 7-0. We got the 49ers at 6-0. Do you think that this is a potential Super Bowl matchup?
No. But I don't know how much longer each team will be at undefeated. The Pats being at this strength of schedule so far hasn't been the heftiest. And if you really have been watching them play, the offense hasn't necessarily looked that great. Like Tom Brady hasn't looked very elite and GOAT-like, granted,
maybe he's saving himself for the.
I mean, maybe.
22, bro.
I would hope so, but.
Hell no, I don't hope so.
I mean, for his sake, not for New York sports. But Josh Gordon went down. He's on IR now, so that's gonna change the game. I mean, granted, they're still loaded, and their offense just is predicated mostly on just moving the ball first down. That's kind of what they do. Tom Brady's not really chucking it down the field that often. But besides that, I don't see San Francisco going that much further at 6-0. Just because I don't see the experience there on the offense. I feel like there's gonna come a game where the defense is gonna meet an offense that's gonna just be really taking it to them. And what's the quarterback name?
Jimmy
Garoppolo is gonna have to play. He's gonna have to be the quarterback and you really deliver on the offensive end. I think they're gonna lose at some point.
Yeah, of course. But I feel like I like their chances, man. Jimmy G is a really strong quarterback, and as long as he stays healthy, I really feel like the Niners could make some noise. I ain't gonna say they going to the Super Bowl or anything, but where do you predict both teams at the end of the season their record?
I think the Pats lose maybe 2-3 times, and I'll say 49ers probably lose 2-3 times, to be honest.
Yeah,
They can finish with similar records, in my opinion.
Yeah, I see it 13-3, 12-4 for both teams.
I feel like the Patriots are like the kings of 12-4.
Yeah.
I feel like the Patriots
Like
have gone
the
12-4 at least 17
The
times.
average. I don't remember the last time they didn't win double digit.
Yeah, like
When was the last?
probably when the Tom Brady. There's always a fly in here, but maybe
He can't focus when there's flies.
Yeah, like I can't. Like I lose every. I don't even know what I'm talking about no more. But I remember. I think the last time they probably didn't win double digits was when Tom Brady got hurt for a season. There was that one time, and I don't remember who the backup was at the time, but he wasn't going to get the job done to get double digit wins. So I think that might be the last
I
time.
don't remember what year that was.
I don't either. It happened though. I remember.
You said when he broke his leg?
Yeah. So, I don't know what year that was. But yeah, so the Patriots have a long history of winning. We're both. I'm pretty sure we hate the Patriots, but
Yeah.
we're pretty sure there's a high chance they're gonna be in the Super Bowl.
Speaking of injuries, Patrick Mahomes, the reigning MVP, man, he's out with 3 to 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel that's gonna impact the way the Chiefs end the season?
How do I feel? I feel that Patrick Mahomes will be fine. He'll definitely be fine, I believe. The Chiefs will be fine, rather. I mean, because that team is overall talented. I don't remember the name of the backup off top, but I think with just the skill players around, the Tyreek Hills they got, you know what I'm saying? I think they can make it work, whereas even if they do lose maybe 1 or 2, you know, Pat Mahomes comes back, you know, decently close to 100%. I don't see a reason why they just don't come back to, you know, prominence as usual.
But yeah, I agree. Like I feel like they'll go probably like 2-2. The offense is just gonna stay level-headed. Andy Reid really knows how to score the ball. So.
Exactly, that's his thing. So.
But yeah, it sucks, man. Is the Madden curse real? Like
It might be, because I really think. Yeah, I think it is. Like I don't have any real.
I was reading the articles, like it skipped a couple of people, like it's not every year, but the last 2 was a little scary, bro. Antonio Brown was on 19, Patrick Mahomes is on 20. We already know about Antonio Brown's situation, and Patrick Mahomes just got injured. That's like,
I mean, granted, it's not nothing season-ending.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
but still,
it's season-altering, but not the worst thing in the world. So we'll see how it moves on from there.
Hopefully they get back on.
Bringing it to basketball is Zion Williamson's injury.
But just a torn meniscus, right?
Torn meniscus. He had surgery earlier this week, I believe. And with that being said, the Pelicans had to play their first game of the opening night. They played against the Raptors.
Great game.
It was a great game. And besides the fact that I had Drew Holiday on my fantasy basketball team and he underperformed, I think they'll be all right without him. But the bigger topic, like they'll live until he gets back. But the bigger issue is right now is, can he sustain who he is in a long-standing career at the weight that he is? They list him officially at 6'6". I honestly thought he was 6'7". So he's 6'6", 285. I know a guy that's 6'6", and to be 285 at 6'6", it's kind of like that's real hefty build. So I don't know how you feeling on this.
I read a stat saying that he's the second heaviest player in the NBA. The first is Boban, bro. Boban is 7'4", right?
He's officially listed at 7'4".
7'4", 290. He is second in the NBA, the heaviest. He's only 6'6". Like he's 30 pounds heavier than LeBron was when he got in the league. I feel like he needs to shed some type of weight. Like even though he uses his strength to his advantage, it's not gonna like sustain. He's not gonna be able to sustain that body type in the long run. Like I feel like he has to cut down, get to like 275, 270, and I feel like that's more comfortable with 285. He'll probably move quicker. But it's just a matter of like them and the staff, the medical staff, doing the right things to get him there. Because I'm actually a little worried because the medical staff in New Orleans doesn't have a really good track record. You know, like Anthony Davis, how many times has he been injured? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm slightly torn, if I could be completely honest, because on one hand, that is what gives him his greatness, is the fact that he is at his size as so big but so quick and so agile and can jump. But at the same time, it's also his downfall because it's like all that jumping up and down and running at that weight that takes a toll on the knees, the legs. So I can see where that has to be a change. And you made a point, definitely he might be able to be a little bit quicker if he does shed the weight. But I'm not thinking 10 to 15. I'm thinking more so like 20 to 25 pounds, which is a lot. That's a lot to shed, because losing 20 pounds to put him at like 265, which I think is a little bit better than, which is a lot better in my opinion than 285, but it's definitely gonna make a difference in how you play, because that's a lot of weight off. So I mean, certain people you could really push around, you can't really push around anymore. Because I mean, you still can be strong, but that weight, like 285 coming at you is crazy. Like, imagine being 15 pounds from 300, flying at you. That's crazy. So I think if I'm the staff at New Orleans, I definitely tell him lay off the gumbo. It's a good gumbo out there in New Orleans. Lay off the gumbo. Lay off all that other food, the Mexican food.
Niggas with Jackie, he's gonna look like Charles Barkley at the end of his career.
He might. But I feel like you gotta lay off. You just gotta put him on a strict diet.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens now, but I do say it needs to happen maybe next off season, whereas he definitely ends up becoming, a lighter as he goes along. It don't gotta be a 20-pound dip immediately, but just
gradual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope that it works out for him, man, because he has the potential to be the next face of the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, he's a real marketable.
RJ Barrett
had a great debut. But that's a sidebar. But yeah, like I feel like as long as he's able to shed that weight and get to a weight that he can sustain, he's gonna be as dominant as he's always been. And he's never had a significant injury, like back when he was in high school, whatever the case was in college, aside from his shoe busting. But Duke was playing it safe. But as soon as he started dominating in the preseason, playing NBA minutes with NBA people in the NBA pace, he has a torn meniscus. Like, that's a little red flag, you know what I mean? So
yeah, because I feel like it's a little too early for torn meniscus, and then the team was saying they don't really know where the injury
what happened
occurred or when it happened, so they don't know how long it's really been a thing. Granted, I'm glad they caught it now as opposed to later, because Zion strikes me as the type of guy that kind of would play through some pain, in my opinion. Just when he goes out there, he just plays with such heart, such hustle. So like I could just see him, like, if it wasn't like a big pain or a big issue, him just going along with it and not realizing it could be something more serious. Because not every athlete or every person's injury is the same. Like, just because you tear something don't mean like you really feel it like every other person. So for them to get on top of it now is the best thing. But I'm interested to see where the front office, deems the next step is for him in terms of a longevity in his career. They say personally they're not worried about it, which kind of alarms me, being that you mentioned New Orleans has that, track record with, not really taking care of the injuries. Because, look at Anthony Davis, hurt all the time pretty much. So,
he's supposed to come back, they're saying around Christmas time. So, hopefully when he does debut, he's able to stay healthy for the rest of the season and he has a strong rookie season, man. Because New Orleans, that's a special team. Like, they were balling out. So I could only imagine how lit that game would have been if Zion was playing.
I think they win with Zion playing.
Maybe. Yeah, more than likely. So we gonna see. But
bringing it back to the NBA just in general, how was opening night for you? Like, what were your outtakes? What did you like? What you saw? Who stood out to you?
I like what we got from Julius Randle, man. He was balling out the other day. I like what we got from our rookie, RJ Barrett, as Fredo mentioned. He had a great debut. Do you remember his point total?
21.
Yeah, 21.
9, 13, 5 rebounds.
Real efficient. I liked how New Orleans looked. They looked like a really good team. And the Toronto Raptors Fred Van Fleet and Pascal Siakam balled out, bro. Like they was wilding. If they can, obviously they're not going to be able to sustain those type of numbers, but if they can put up those type of like big numbers consistently, they could potentially be all-stars this year. And Pascal Siakam is like a person that a lot of people say are most likely to be an all-star this year. But imagine Fred Van Fleet able to sneak in there.
He might take that 6-man that we predicted.
Maybe, but he was starting. They had a small backcourt with Kyle Lowry and Fred Van Fleet. But we'll see if they keep that, because they're both like 6 feet tall. So that's gonna be tough.
That works.
That's gonna be tough. But the Lakers and the Clippers game was great until the fourth quarter when LeBron and AD they kind of folded. But it's gonna be an amazing season, man. Derrick Rose had a good debut. Andre Drummond had a monster game. He damn near had 25. No, he had 30 rebounds.
He had 30 and 23.
I think he had like 30 rebounds, bro.
He had no 30 rebounds.
He had like 30 points, but yeah,
30 points.
yeah,
30 points,
rebounds.
23.
Yeah, something like that.
But he was wild. It was a monster game. Like it's gonna be a great season, man.
A lot impressed me actually, because I was a fan of Markelle Fultz coming out. So to see him, finally looks like he's getting into a rhythm, or like finding just like his game now. Not even just finding his game, just able to play, period. I'm happy to see that. He dunked the ball a couple times. I didn't watch the game, so I didn't see his like highlights or anything, but
I need to see him shoot though.
yeah, he was 12 points, 6 assists, I believe. So that's pretty good numbers for the first real game out, you know what I'm saying? So there's that.
The Kyrie Irving show.
Oh, there, I'm bugging, bro.
I don't know how that slipped my mind. Maybe because they lost.
Facts.
But
50 piece on these stupid niggas.
Kyrie really came out and showed Brooklyn, like, look, I'm here. He said, yo, I'm here.
Hey.
50 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds.
No turnovers.
No turnovers. The worst part about the game was that he kind of fumbled the last shot. And the crazy part is, he still got off a good shot. Like, only Kyrie could hit the floor, get his dribble back, and get up a good jumper at the end of the game. That I thought was going to go in, to be honest. Because I watched that game from start to finish. And that was a great night. Opening night was great, because it just had it was like 3 ball games on, the World Series was on. It was a good night. But other than that, I'm moving on to the West Coast. The Lakers and Clippers rivalry right now is looking like a pretty good rivalry. Granted, LA is gonna be the Lakers show for a while, in terms of the fan base at least. But I like what I saw from the Clippers, because they were down Paul George and they came out and showed, look, we're still formidable. Just because we don't have, half of the 1-2 punch that, everybody's banking on, we can still win games. And when they first put that team together with Paul George coming to that team, first thing I thought of was not the offense, but the defense. Because I was like, damn, you got arguably 1 and 2 best, what they call two-way players. And then you add on top of that, you have the feistiness of Patrick Beverly. Then you have, Lou Will gonna come off the bench, and he's a professional scorer, as they like to call him. So he's just gonna give you your buckets, and then you add that dynamic with Montrezl Harrell, and then the pick and roll that him and Lou Will do. I don't know what team really has an answer for that when they're really a full force, formidable squad. Now the Lakers came out. Obviously, the Lakers have 2 of the top 5 players in the league, with LeBron and AD, but it wasn't enough. That last night?
I think 2
Oh yeah, open night was Tuesday. Sorry, got the days mixed up. But yeah, it wasn't enough and my main issue with them is I feel like they're gonna have to figure something out with LeBron at point guard. If LeBron's gonna run the point guard, they gotta figure something out, because I feel like that team has to move more. That offense has to move. Because basically what I saw on Tuesday night was I saw LeBron basically jogging the ball to court, borderline walking it. You know what I'm saying? We got AD set up on the post. Let's set it up to AD. Let's let him work. And that's not going to work. It clearly, against the Clippers, it didn't really work. What I saw worked was more so when Bron left the game and they were doing a little bit more movement in terms of, cutting off the ball, and finding ways for and AD was kind of finding his way too, just to score the basketball, because he's great regardless. But, they need to get more movement around the wings. It can't just be let's give it to AD. and then just watch him work, or like, oh, let's kick it out to this wing for the jump shot. It's not really gonna work that way. It needs to be back screen cuts, you know what I'm saying, moving off the ball, more motion basically. And you know, LeBron's gonna be the point. He has to facilitate that. It can't just be him walking it up and then watching AD work, and if it's not working, then LeBron tries to do some hero stuff. Because as you can see, they have the tools to defend LeBron at this point. They have two wings that can pick up on him. Montrezl Harrell is not a slouch, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, in that game, LeBron didn't look LeBronish. He looked like, dang, I don't really know what to do right now because I can't drive my way into the paint as easily because they got the bodies there, they got Kawhi's here, you know.
And the spacing is not that good either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's something got to give. Like, they're gonna beat teams that they should beat, like, because of the strength of the greatness of their two best players. But I definitely say they need Kuzma back.
Yeah, they were missing Kuzma. I felt like it evened out. Like they didn't. The Clippers didn't have Paul George. The Lakers didn't have Kyle. I'm excited to see like that matchup when they're both at full strength, man.
Definitely, that's more so what I'm looking forward to. And hopefully we get that because, you know, a lot of times injuries take place at weird times and people don't play. But I hope we get to see that because this season is shaping up to really be like one of those seasons. Like, based off opening night, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like this could definitely be a season for the books.
That's a fact, bro. I've been saying that since the off season. Like, it's gonna be crazy. I really don't know who's gonna win the championship. Even though we predicted it the other episode, like, in all honesty, anybody can win it.
Yeah, and like, I watched Philly play. I like the way Philly looked.
Yeah,
I like the way Boston looked that much, but I like the way Philly looked because Ben Simmons is just like one of my favorite players to watch. He's just dominant. Yeah, and B's gonna do Embiid, you know what I'm saying? But Ben Simmons he looked a little more confident out there like than last season. Last season I feel like he was thinking about the fact that like people were coming down to him for a jump shot. I feel like now it's like he's acknowledged that he's not that great of a shooter, but he's still playing like, I'm not that good of a shooter, but I'm an all-star regardless, you know. So I like to see that in Ben Simmons, and that works. He's just a very skilled 6'9" handle like that. Within that team, if that team doesn't produce a championship in the next, I'd say 2-3 seasons.
It has to be in between the next 2 or 3.
It has to be the next 2-3 seasons.
But they gotta split.
They have to.
It's gonna be the next. It has to be the next two, I'd say. This year and the next year.
If not, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid got to split up. Because there's been a lot of, like, I've seen little articles that like, oh, is it? Do they work well together? Like, people questioning the duo. And I feel like if Ben Simmons could get a jump shot,
half of a jump
honestly,
shot.
if he could shoot like 30% away from the painted area, I'd take it, bro.
Gucci.
But
Something.
you gotta at least be able to shoot it, and like people have to be able to say, "Oh, I gotta put a hand up at least." You know what I'm saying? But you made a point on the other episodes about Josh Richardson. I love Josh Richardson on that team.
He was all over the place. He had a
love
good game.
Josh Richardson on that team, bro. He is like, I forgot what he was like in Miami. Like, you don't really get to see Miami on TV like that, but he's a dog, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
He's a dog.
Like they slotted. It was a seamless fit to me, you know?
Yeah,
like it works. It definitely works.
dog.
He's going to have a great season.
But I also am gonna pat myself on the back. Shea, I told you about Shea, the leading scorer from Tuesday night or Wednesday night when they played. Whenever they played, he was the leading scorer. I think he had 25.
I think it was last night. Yeah.
Yeah, it was last night, I believe. He had 25. So
We'll have a decent season, man. Since we're on the topic of basketball, Mr. Michael Jordan, the Hennessy drinking, cigar smoking, non-nigga loving Michael Jordan had something to say about Steph Curry, saying that he's not a Hall of Famer yet. I think that's blasphemous. Like, blasphemous, bro.
This is literally the most ridiculous thing I've heard in 2019.
Stephen Curry's not a Hall of Famer. If Stephen Curry retired right now, he would be a goddamn Hall of Famer, but Michael Jordan doesn't think so. How do you feel about these comments?
First of all, Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, just because you're the best player to ever play ever, doesn't mean you can make such blasphemous comments and get away with it. I know what you did on the flu game. You wasn't sick. You wasn't sick, fam. Too much Hennessy. You had a couple hookers out that night. You got kind of loose. You was like, oh, damn, I got to play. I forgot about that. You know what I'm saying?
So
but you, Michael Jordan.
He didn't have the flu. It was Hennessy.
He had a hangover, bro. He couldn't even look at the lights. Bro. But anyway, that's probably the worst comment, like I said, I've heard of 2019, because there's no way in hell Steph Curry doesn't. He's already the greatest shooter to ever shoot the basketball. So with that being said alone,
that merits a Hall of Fame.
It merits Hall of Fame.
3 championships, 2 MVPs, the greatest shooter.
The first unanimous MVP. Led his team to the greatest season ever. That's what it is. Mike is salty. Mike is salty because you know Mike and Kobe the same person, and you know would be Kobe would be salty about something like that. So Mike is dead salty. And you know what else he's salty about? Everybody be mad when we gotta bump Larry Bird down. Like nobody like to bump Larry Bird downwards no more. Like give it up.
Hey man.
Like feel me? Larry Bird was nice, but like he could slide his knocks down and covers.
He like number 9.
He is like Steph, Bird, Miller. Like.
But who do you think is like a future Hall of Famer in the NBA right now?
I mean,
off the top.
Definitely off the top, KD cemented, LeBron cemented, and the Mount Rushmore, honestly.
Yeah. Chris Paul?
Chris Paul's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, a lot of people don't agree with that. I don't know why.
I ask a question. Who do you? This is a tough one. Do you think Lou Will can make it? Somebody like Lou Will who's gotten 6 men.
I don't know. It's tough. I feel like he can, because 3 6 men is crazy. Even though Jamal Crawford got it 2, Lou Will, his scoring acumen is just wicked.
He does have the most points off the bench in NBA history.
You know what I mean? And if he wins the championship, then I feel like you definitely have to put him in there. But I feel like if he doesn't win, he might get in there eventually. But
Vince Carter's first ballot team?
Yes.
First ballot?
Yep.
That's tough for me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey man, maybe I'm biased. Nah,
bro. I mean, you probably was like a huge Vince Carter.
Yeah, bro.
I wasn't the biggest fan. I'm more T-Mac, but I don't know about first ballot because I mean, I don't know what in terms of what he's done. Like in terms of he played 22 seasons, cool, but like I don't know what he's done basketball wise that really makes you like show him in the Hall of Fame. But I feel like people have put people in there for less. That people feel like Yao Ming don't belong. Sometimes they say that, but I feel like once you put in a good 6 to 7 seasons of work that are like notable, like you can quote back to it, and they're like maybe consecutive at that point too. I feel like you deserve the Hall of Fame, man. Honestly, and then you add chips on top of that and awards, it should be easy peasy in the Hall of Fame.
James Harden's a future Hall of Famer.
Easily.
Russell Westbrook. Eventually he'll get there if people don't feel that way now. It's a lot of talent that's going to be in the Hall of Fame, man. This is the most talented the NBA has ever been. I'm going to keep saying that. And then it might just keep getting more talented. That's just asinine to think about because it's like, the shit is crazy. But, yeah, Clay, Russ, it's a lot of future Hall of Famers. But, I feel like that's a good way to wrap up this episode. It was a real strong episode, But once again, we appreciate y'all support. Like, comment, subscribe, leave some comments. Continue to give us, feedback, and we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, so that's episode 5, and we'll be back next week.
See y'all later.